Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Circle of the Earth Fellowship. Glad to see a whole bunch of people already in chat. Glad to have y'all here. And as always, we'll start off by introducing everyone on the panel today. Now, we do have Kyla trying to still get it up. She's having some technical difficulties. But yeah, let's say hello to everyone else. This is episode 41, Embrace. And if you've been following along, you know that I get all of this set of 12 streams that we're doing, the names directly from the names of the shows directly from the names of the quote unquote minor prophets. We like to call them not minor prophets. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and say hello to everyone, and then we'll get into this. So as always, how you doing there, Marcia? Good good to see you, and welcome to the show.
Doing good, and I've got. I thought 5 inches of snow was more than I could handle, and you've got a ton, Vader.
Oh yeah,
A ton.
yeah. I did a lot of shoveling over the past few days.
And good to see everybody. Glad to be on the show.
Yes, absolutely. And we got Robert back with us again. Glad to have you, brother. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you. Glad to get this week over with. Got my power back. That's good.
Nice. Yeah, we got so much snow. Like it literally took me 2.5 days to dig our cars and our driveway out.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was easily 4 to 5 feet of snow that we got. So, all right, and I'm just gonna do a little quick check just to make sure that I guess y'all will see her come in before I will. So if she shows up, sorry about the dog noises in the background, but if she shows up, will y'all let me know so I can put her on screen?
All right.
So, anyway, so yeah, let's get into it. So, embrace comes from Habakkuk, and we've, we missed the opportunity last week. You know, some things came up here and there, which is fine. But I'm actually excited to talk about this because I think there's some pretty good scripture in there. And then I got a lot of other interesting things to share with y'all. So we'll get into that after we read. Again, this just like the last one, there's only 3 chapters, so there's not that much reading to do. But still, nonetheless, I think it's a good book to read. So pull this up, and then before we do that, I just want to shout out and do our things that I normally do at the end, at the beginning. So let's go ahead and get into that real quick and pull this up so everyone can see. Oh, I need to do you first. So let's put you over here. That'll make more sense anyways. Okay, and then share screen. There we go. Sweet, and we'll go ahead and read the Bible Gateways verse of the day. It's Jeremiah 21:11 through 13. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an unexpected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." You know, like I'm not saying this is in context what it's talking about, but like really when I was reading that, it was almost like when you die, like when that happens, like if you search for him, you'll find him. Like if you search with him all your heart. I'm not saying that's what it means again. That's kind of what came to my mind, is like almost to say that like when you die, that process, like there's a process of going to the right place, and you have to like search out that in that process with all your heart to find him, and those that seek him will find him. But uh,
Wow, that's a theory I'd never even entered my mind.
you kind of get what I'm saying though, because like
I
I've
do, but
wondered about that, and
yeah, it just
there's so much like other civilized or cultures that have talked about like a journey after death. So
right.
what if there's something to that?
Well, there's like a 7 day tour. I forget where. Do you know, Robert? It's in one of the. No, it's in one of the extra biblical, but there's like a 7 day tour. Uh, before you actually enter. Do you know where that's at, Bader?
Mm-mm, I don't know,
Talks
but
about
I
that's
that.
don't think I've heard of that.
I've always I made a joke at it, but because it was like a 3 hour tour, of
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island.
yeah. But
Oh,
anyways, just a random thought when I was reading that. But yeah, so we have 3 chapters we're gonna read. I'm gonna go ahead and read up both of them, but we're not doing this yet. I just getting this other one loaded. I'm gonna jump over here. For those that don't know, shout out to Take on the World. That's Chris and Liz Bailey. They have this channel which they allow other, true seekers out there to use their platform and share their puzzle pieces like we do with their family. So thank you so much there. So we stream both there and on our own channel. If you haven't heard of Take on the World, they have a lot of great content. Like always, and we just started this, but we're gonna start reading the comments from the videos, last videos at the beginning instead of the end. So hopefully y'all enjoy that so that you get to see it and you don't have to watch the whole 2 hours to kind of see you get shout out. So just pulling that up. And so over on the Take on the World side, going a little slow. The 3 hour tour. Nice, Wind Feather.
oh,
Oh,
I think
you said that.
I did.
Nice. She's talking
For
to
the
you. I
seven
didn't see
day tour. But
that.
Country Dad said it's in Second Esdras. I think I read that. Yeah.
Second
It's
Ezra's chapter
that
7.
7 day tour.
Hmm. Okay, so let's see what we got over on the Take on the World side. Why is it going so slow? It's pretty crazy. So we got my beautiful wife saying how weird is it there's only is only showing 23 minutes. It's not. It's actually showing the 158. I want to see real quick. If I play it, does that change? No, it says it's the whole thing. That was a really weird stream. There's a lot of weird things that happened with that. But thank you, Moonglow. Thank you, beautiful wife, for supporting the channel over there on Taking the World. It helps Chris and Liz. It helps us here at Circle of the Earth Fellowship. So we appreciate it. And then let's go check over on the main channel. We're at 763. So thank you all for the support. We keep on going up there. So we're getting closer to that 1,000 mark, and we're gonna do a giveaway. So I'm pretty excited about that. I need to go back and look in that video. I'm trying to remember which one it was that I asked to do that, but maybe I'll do a poll as well. But anyways, let's pull that up, see if it's loaded yet. Another cool thing about doing it in the beginning is it kind of gives some people the chance to get in before we get started reading. So if they come in and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're already done," you're already done reading and feel behind. So man, everything's going so slow, but like at least my connections and everything look great. So I'm not 100% sure why it's.
I don't
It
know what
says it's
slow is
excellent.
for you, but
Oh, there we go. And
there's a lag to what I see. But
yeah, it is loading a little bit slow. I'm not exactly sure why, but like at least the stream side. Oh, wait. Bit is interesting. Now it's giving me a warning. Are y'all
oh,
having issues on the? Okay, there we go. All right, so Reed gave us a thumbs up. Thank you, brother. Thank you for giving us some love, Marcia, and my lovely wife, and Robert. I really do appreciate those comments. It helps spread the channel. It's free to comment. It's free to subscribe. So, things like that really help if you take 30 seconds out just to say thanks, like Moonglow
Yep.
does. So, but anyways, and then those that don't know, we have a Discord. The link is in the description. If you're interested in, joining a community, we share other content creators, ideas, theology, music, that whole thing. And as it grows, it'll get more and more busy. So we appreciate any of those that want to come and join. It's another way to join the table as well if you'd ever like to join these live streams with us. But also, if anyone is interested in supporting the channel monetarily, but you also get something out of it, we have our merch store. Again, there's a link in the description. We have t-shirts, we got sweaters, hoodies, stickers of different varying designs and degrees. I am still working on that, but most of my work right now is going into the upcoming episode of Pieces in Plain Sight, Gods, and that's with a little g. If you haven't checked out that trailer, I suggest you do. It's only 3 minutes long, but it's kind of giving you a glimpse at what we'll be covering during it. So yeah, check that out. And then it's right here. So Pieces in Plain Sight, God's trailer. And then if you haven't checked out the first episode of Pieces in Plain Sight, Alien Invasion, it's 40 minutes long. If you want to kind of watch my idea about what we're going to be seeing in the near to distant future, that's a good video to check out. But anyways, oh, go ahead.
You wanted us to let you know when Jayla came on. She's in.
Oh, she's in? Okay. I will pull her up, and we just got
Not
done with
Kyla.
that. Kyla.
No, Jayla.
Jayla, sorry. Where am I getting Kyla from?
I don't know.
I think her Discord name is Kyla.
Where's that noise coming from?
I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and add her in. Get rid of this. Bear with me, everyone. Getting her in. And then I need this one. Oh, there we go. Show on stream. Close. Perfect. Sweet. Awesome. We got Jayla in. Is it Jayla or Kayla?
Jayla.
Okay, it is Jayla. Okay, I apologize. Sweet. Awesome. Well, Jayla is new to the table, so welcome very much, sister. Thank you for joining. Now, if you've seen the show before, you know that we allow newcomers to the table to give a testimony of their lives, as big or small as you would like, and then the second question, if you'd elaborate on, is what was that proverbial straw that broke the camel's back when it came to going from a modern scientific worldview of our cosmology to a scriptural view of our creation?
So
Oh, you're nervous.
as far as
It's
my
okay.
testimony,
It's okay.
Just think like you're just
okay.
talking to us. That's all you got to do. Just talk to us.
So for as far as my testimony goes, I've just always been a believer. My parents were raised Baptist, and so for the first few years of my life, we were Baptist. And then they started searching and started looking into like house churches and things like that. And eventually decided to move away from being Baptist. And and then we kind of went to like Hebrew roots for a little bit. And then we kind of pulled back a little bit from that also, and now we're not exactly sure. We're just
Yeah.
kind of, we don't
No.
really fit into a category.
Yep. No titles make sense.
As far as me personally, I've always been a believer, and everything that they said made sense. So I've been doing a lot of my own studying lately, which is just confirming what I already believed. So I don't have any.
Bring up a child in the way they should go, and they shall not depart from it. So that's your parents did good.
Oh, yeah.
And with the whole biblical cosmology, my parents discovered it first. It's kind of similar. They discovered it first, and they were really excited about it, and they were talking about it a lot. And so I would always just kind of listen to what they were saying, and I was like, well, it sounds interesting. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't done my own research on it or anything, but it's intriguing. But I didn't think it mattered very much, so I never really looked into it or anything. The more I heard from them, I got interested. And I can't think of like a specific moment when I was like, you know what, this is true. I just kind of gradually leaned that way, and then I realized, you know what, I do believe that. So
yours was like a scale, like it was a preponderance of evidence. You kept stacking it up, so it was like this gradual change where you didn't even notice, boom, it was this thing that blew my mind. It was the whole thing over time that blew your mind. That's awesome.
And once I one thing that really helped me to understand it a lot better was the extra biblical books, like Enoch and now I can't think
Jubilees.
of them. You know, all these other books with Jubilees. A lot of different things here and there. Yeah. Enoch, Jubilees. I know there's more. Yeah. Can't think of them right now for some reason. But yeah, I kept seeing a lot of different things here and there from those books, and that together with what a lot of other people were saying, just it all made a lot of sense. And so nice. Yeah. I was just like, you know what? Yep, that makes sense. I guess that's what I believe now. So
yeah. No, I can totally get behind that. I don't know if I've ever told you this or if you've ever heard, but I did a long distance observation across Bear Lake in Utah, and that's a 20-mile long lake, and I saw 3 feet off of the water level. I saw all 20 miles. And that right there debunked the radius. I have a little thing in Discord, a little sticker that I post every once in a while that shows all these, equations being thrown in the trash. And to me, it was kind of like I guess it was more significant, where it was more of like a house of cards for me, where there was a few things at the base that once those got pulled out, all the other garbage, the other little things that we could argue about that could be globe, that could work on, let's say, both models, all of that just fell under the weight of, let's say, the radius being disproven. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting to hear different perspectives on how people came. So I already see we got another 2 subscribers. So thank y'all for those new subscriptions. We appreciate it. Go ahead and update that. But before we get last thing before we get into the reading of the 3 chapters we got, I want to go ahead and say hello to those who are over in chat. Let me bring that up. Scroll up here. Say what's up. Okay. There we go. Marsha. Saying shalom, everybody. Got Robert in there as well. Country Dad, hope you're doing well, brother. We got Miles and Cindy. Shalom there. Let's see. We got Jeff Porter. Welcome, brother. Got me in the chat. Hello. We got my beautiful wife. Thanks for being here, love. We got Wind Feather. Thanks for being here, sister. Tyler Porter, dear brother, is here as well. Thanks for being here. We got our sister Wendy Moore. Shalom, sister. Hope you and your family are doing well. We got Reed here. Thanks for being here, brother. Always good to see you. And scrolling through real quick, make sure I didn't miss anyone. I think we're caught up. But yeah, welcome we got Lisa as well. Thank you for being here, sister. Awesome. Well, I hope y'all are excited for these 3 chapters. There's not much of it there, but they're pretty deep. So what we kind of are going to do here is we're going to read some chapters. After each chapter, we're going to kind of give anything that comes to mind while we're reading it. Just make a note if you need to on the round table, and we'll talk about those and in between each one, and then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and bring that up for everyone and pull this over. And I like to let people know where I'm at, where we're at. I like the King James Version. I like the literary style. I don't think it's the 100% authoritative thing. I think we should do our due diligence, use concordances and different Septuagints, and be able to use all the different resources that are available to us and to really get a great understanding of what we're reading. But that's why we're there. But this is Habakkuk. We're going to be reading, this is chapter 1, and there's 3 chapters. So let's go ahead and get into it. So it says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save? Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that rise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I will raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. And they are tremble and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses are also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and the horsemen shall come from afar, then shall fly as the eagle that hastens to eat. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall shut up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, my Holy One? We shall not die, O Lord. Thou hast ordained them for judgment, and O mighty God, thou hast established them for correction. Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Therefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devoureth the men that is more righteous than he, and maketh men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them with the eagle. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Therefore they sacrifice unto their net and burn incense unto their drag, because by them their portion is fat and their meat plenteous. Shall they therefore empty their net and spare continually to slay the nations? Oh, okay. So pretty deep stuff here, and I feel for him in this situation, right? Because he's seeing these things, and so I don't, I'm not some perfect student where I know all of the meanings here and exactly what's going on. But what I will say is kind of things that popped up into my head for this. Did anyone else before they forget what they wanted to say have anything? No? Okay, no worries. One thing I want to pick up is just in 4. So in 4 it says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth encompass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Like, do we not see this in our day right now?
Yeah, yeah.
The law is slacked, right? Like
Oh
what you
yeah,
can do out in public today
is
is
insane.
is insane. You would be killed 100 years ago for this type of
Oh
behavior. So we see how that even as we all kind of point and fingers at quote unquote churchianity, we know that you know back at least let's say uh, 50 years ago, they were way more on lines with how we are coming to truth than the kind of in between, and definitely currently. Would y'all agree?
yeah.
Well,
In
sure,
fact,
yes,
oh, go ahead,
no,
Robert.
go, no, go
No,
ahead,
no,
Marsh.
no, no.
Okay, fine. So you definitely, when you consider the laws, you consider how they've been making more and more laws that are egregious to our point of view, and the laws that are out there, they're not they're not supporting, they're not withholding. So um, it's just
It
it's just
is. It's
anarchy almost. It's almost anarchy.
almost yes. And when I was growing up, just going on the homosexual end of it, how there's so much gay everything now that I didn't even know what a homosexual
Yeah.
was till I was 20 something. I really, there was, is just didn't even know. And then it was like, what? Really?
Oh, definitely. Teresa was, we were talking about, back in school, back when we were in school, and you know, there was you just didn't know these things. There was one gentleman in school that was that way, and that was unique, and
Really?
we thought nothing of it. Just it was odd, right? And but now it's you
It
can't
just,
say boo against
it's,
it.
well, it's not even can't say. There's nothing on, if anybody watches anything at all on the media, well, news, even every movie, everything has homosexuals in it. It's just it's
Yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah, there was a picture in People magazine. I don't I don't watch it, but
You're okay,
it
Robert.
had two women pictured there, and she's the one showing her belly, and the other woman's like you know
Uh,
touching the belly, and they're and everyone's fawning over
yeah,
this wonderful thing.
exactly. Yeah, it's perverted.
So
Everything's
yeah, I was reading about Habakkuk a couple of days ago, and definitely was saying, well, here we are all over again.
Yeah,
yep.
right. And I was thinking like how our system is kind of set up to make it harder to obey the laws. For instance, how Sunday is like a is considered the holy day, right? We have everything closed, but to people following the Saturday Sabbath, that actually cuts a whole day out of their, right? You can't go to the bank, you can't go to the mailbox. There's a lot of things that you can't do, or you have limited access to because of it being Sunday, which to a lot of people is the first day, right? So they're our first day of being productive. They limit that production. So so even things like that, where and it says like therefore the law is slacked, right? So think about that. There's still a line there. There's still a quote unquote law there, but that line has been slacked where there's some give there, right? There's some give in that rope, as to say, and that's where what happens when that happens. It literally says that. I'm going to bring it back up. It literally says it judgment doth never go forth. Don't we feel like there's a lot of things that people get in trouble for that they get in trouble for that they shouldn't have, or
Oh yeah.
laws that are unjust, and aren't we seeing the wicked the compass about the righteous, and so wrong judgment happens? Like we literally see these things not only on a micro level of the world we live in, but kind of on a micro level in our individual lives, where we see when we're not being, diligent disciples of the law, how quickly we can kind of get into heathenism. So,
That's
um,
true. That's true.
so
Absolutely.
sweet. All right. Well, and then the last thing that I wanted to bring up is it said it right there in the beginning. I want to find it. Believe. Oh, right here. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. So we know that in the law, like the father gives people sections of land that's their land, and talks very much about how wicked it is to take up arms and to go into those other nations and to use violence to steal their inheritance from them and to enslave them. So we know, this type of thing, and it says that they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and dignity shall proceed of themselves. So they're not great people, and the judgment that's going to come upon the people who've been wrong, having wrong judgment come out of them, where judgment doesn't, never goes forth, where the wicked are encompass about the righteous. These type of events bring this type of reaction, this type of judgment upon the people that are practicing it. And then we get a lot of language here about how this is going to be a big deal. So, but what were you going to say, Marcia?
It's just everything is upside down now. Right is wrong, wrong is right. It's like the wrong, and justice isn't served, but judgment will happen. So justice isn't served anymore. There is none. Uh, it's sad, but it will. What are you highlighting there? I'm not sure.
Oh no, so we're gonna go. I was kind of highlighting just the rest of it, but we're gonna go to Habakkuk 2, and we'll go from there. So this is. I'll just start. So it says, "I will stand upon my watch and set upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. neither keepeth at home, nor enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all the nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that they shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of the men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwelleth therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drink also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy forsaken be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of the beasts which made them afraid, because of the men's blood and the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. That what profiteth that graven image, that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image, a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, Awake, to the dumb stone, Arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him.
Wow.
Whew, that was pretty
Just
thick.
that very end part,
Ooh.
the whole thing, the whole chat, unbelievable. But that whole thing, I loved it when it said, "Awake to the dumb stone."
Uh-huh. The dumb idols.
The dumb idols that can't. Oh,
You go back over there to Habakkuk 2:15. Now I know that you said that makes him drink also, but it does say that makes him drunken also. And this is
oh,
something that we also see going on these days is not only is someone content to sin themselves and be in debauchery themselves, but they bring other people along with them and into
yeah,
it. And you're making yourself more right behaving if everyone else is wrong behaving.
Yeah, it's
You know?
almost like that
ah,
old it's almost like that old, birds of a feather flock together. They'll feel more righteous if they have others doing that unrighteous behavior, or like
what is
the
that?
Enoch, like Azel, where he's like, "Hey, I don't want to do this punishment all by myself. Will you all join in on with me, so we're all
Right.
guilty of it?"
Right. That's that whole social behavior
Yep.
where no one will do something wrong if no one's doing something wrong, but once someone starts doing it and it's accepted, and you say, "Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool."
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just think about where it was talking about, like anyone who established 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. Like that made me think of Las Vegas. Like Las Vegas was made for people to make money from debauchery and people, like, and I'm not saying if you live in Las Vegas you're there for evil. I'm just saying the city was constructed for iniquity. That, like, the whole point of the city was, for iniquity. And
Yeah.
who knows about all these other major cities, but when you kind of probably go into the history, you can see the iniquity in and around that area that made it such a quote unquote prosperous and wealthy place, right? It wasn't wealth because they were blessed, it was wealth because they were um 1 second here. Y'all bring up something. I gotta get my son out of here. 1 second, guys.
What was it? What was the commercial? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Whatever.
Yes, yes, yes.
But there's also that Nathan Reynolds has what was it, Lake Havasu or whatever, where the London Bridge, they did the new London Bridge over that, and it was all for child trafficking, and just terrible. What that whole thing.
I can't hear her. Can y'all hear her? Did my headset go off? No, yeah, it's what just happened? Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. I can't hear y'all. And the stream can't. I don't know if the stream. They can only hear me. Weird. Okay, let me go to. I literally didn't do anything. I just sat down. Chat. Okay, can I? I'm gonna play something really quickly. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I know. Like, it on my side, nothing changed. That's so weird. Did I like? Oh, maybe down here. Head out this way. No. Nothing's playing for me either. Yeah, I don't. Why would the sound? Why would y'all sound stop working? Let's see if I can. No, there's not. There's nothing for me to hit. Um, the thing is going a little on the crazy side. It's not loading anything. Um, it's so weird. I swear, yeah, because I literally didn't do anything. I just sat down, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't hear Marcia anymore. Let me go here. Let me try going into the collab cam and see if that got changed. Microphone. I'm just imagining Marcia speaking in a chipmunk voice. Control M. Okay, my sound is not working. Try this, guys. I apologize. Hopefully that might fix it. Y'all want to test? No, gosh, dang it. What just happened? That's so weird. How does it just stop working midstream? I have no sound. Like I can't hear anyone. I can't hear anything. That's why chat can't hear it because I can't hear it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, Jeff. All right. Is it switched over here? How does that? Go chat. That's so weird. Can I? Okay, what could I have possibly done from doing this? Like I didn't hit anything that time either. Um, Maybe I gotta change. Second, guys, I'm going into my settings. If y'all need to step away real to do something, that would probably be a great time. Okay, what if we set it to game? Go done. Go here. Properties. This is insane. Why would it just stop working? It makes zero logical sense. Settings. But this is the weird part is my headphones aren't working either. So that's what I gotta figure out. This is insane. Sense. Okay, okay. Settings. But this is the weird part is my Oh, okay, y'all talk now. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I think I got it. But I have to change headphones aren't I think I fixed it. It's so weird. But I think I fixed it. Let's go back to chat. Done. Alright, try again. No. If I play this. So it's working on game. Okay, so I just need to switch it. Okay, so let's go settings. This is so weird. I think like one side of my headphones just broke or something. It's the only thing that makes sense. Headphones. Game. Done. Here. Properties. Game. Close. All right, you guys talk. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go here. I think I need. No, I literally feel like that because I sat down and nothing happened, like other than they just went. And now with my headphones, I can y'all can hear the. Oh, this is insane. Sense. Okay, okay. All right, let's try it one more time. Okay, will y'all talk? Try to talk. Okay, so y'all. Man, this is insane. I literally feel like I'm losing my mind right now because, like, what did I do that would just all of a sudden cut off audio for everyone? Makes no logical sense. Settings. Okay. I apologize, everyone. I thank you for your patience, though. Where's the sound coming in at? Let's have y'all. Let me change this one more time. And if I play this. Oh. I think I figured it out. I'm hoping. Okay, chat. And then go. Okay, that's correct. This is the weird part. Okay, so that side's correct, but y'all can't talk, right? No. Okay, so I want y'all to leave and then come back in. So just close out of it, hit the link again, and come back in. You gotta close it. You just came right back in. Here, wait. I might have to do it like this. Vader. Can two. No. I gotta go. Oh my gosh. Yep. Nope. This is so insane. Why would it just go? Oh, this is properties. Chat. Okay. Let's go here. Audio. Chat. I'm gonna try to remove it. No, that's a bad idea. Properties. How frustrating, guys. It makes no logical sense. I don't know if it will let me. Everything's correct. I'm gonna try
More over, and she's going to blowcat.
I'm trying to see. I think we're good. I think we're back.
Yeah, I think we're back.
See the spinning guy no more.
Yeah, my spinning's gone.
Okay, and we're all on the right part of the screen. I think we're back.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, guys. So
Wendy.
as soon as I closed down where y'all could hear them, all of a sudden, all YouTube just like dropped the data. So I don't know what it is, guys. It's so weird, but we're gonna continue on because obviously something's trying to stop us. I feel like so.
We're back.
We're back. So kind of what we were saying where y'all weren't hearing us was back here at
4 seconds.
13, 14. Yeah, okay, just this little promise in between here. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and that the people shall weary themselves for the very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that okay, so just 13 and 14. How even though we're having all this negative stuff come up, we're still given this promise, of how he would like it have compared to what they're currently going through. And then and as I was kind of saying before, is how I think it's so interesting how the scripture is so timeless, and how there's two kind of camps of people. There's one camp that says, oh, most of scripture, if not all of it, is metaphorical and symbolical and allegorical. And then you have the other camp where it's like, no, it's we take it literal unless it says like or as, or we know it's using those literary devices. And so that's where I lean more towards. But at the same time, I think that there is this layer on top of even literal speech, where there is some symbolical things that kind of timeless things that can happen, where we can read these events, and even if they truly transpired exactly as it says way long ago, we can still see truth in it in the life that we're living now. So it has that kind of timeless element to it, where it has that layer of symbolic foreshadowing, on top. So, and then you brought up earlier the 18 and 19. What propeth that graven image that the maker thereof hath given it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, and to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. So this actually kind of brought up something to me, and I've been thinking about with like robots, right? So let's say they even made a robot that, just say hypothetically, had the biotechnology where they created little lungs that could actually take in oxygen the way that our bodies do. Like, let's say they could recreate that aspect. That's not the breath that I think it's talking about, right? It's not the fact that it just can't talk or whatever, but it's that divine spark, that breath of life. And even the angels have those, right? We know that the angels were created. They have a piece of the Father in them. Are y'all muted now, or is it just you, Marcia?
Can't you hear me?
You're good. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It seemed like
you're fine, Robert.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, I always love when the Father mocks graven images. And we have the Catholic Church and the Ortho Bros coming to us, calling us heretics, in these certain ways. But at the same time, if you go to their places of worship, what do you see? You see tons of graven images of wood and of stone. And you spend any time in those places, you'll see them kiss the feet and rub the hand and look at them with praise and adoration. And
Right.
you know, that's kind of going back to one that the law is lacketh, where they say, oh, well, they're idols of God, even though it says create nothing above the heavens above, or nor the earth below, nor on the earth, like do not recreate any of these things.
Right. Right.
But it seems like the modern church is totally okay with all of those things. So again, the
Hmm.
law is being slackened. So
Oh yeah.
okay, sweet. We got one more chapter to go through, and it is only 19 verses long. So let's go ahead and read it. And I'm not seeing Jayla back. I'm sorry, sister.
Nope.
Hopefully you can get that worked out if you'd like to join us. If not, we're glad to have you here. Also saw Jeff Brandon in the chat from the Way Remnant.
Yep.
Great guy over there. Great. He has the Way Remnant, great channel. So I have that in the descriptions, or sorry, the shared in the uh, in our on our YouTube page. So, anyways, let's go ahead and I will pull this up for everyone else, and we will get to reading. So this is Habakkuk 3, and we'll go ahead and read. So it says, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Synagogue Noth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years make known, in the wrath remember mercy. God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Salah, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hands, and there was hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth as his feet. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of the Midian did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? Thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even thy word, Salah. Thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the waters passed by. The deep uttered his voice, and lifted up his hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrow they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest thy head out of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundation unto the neck, Salah. Thou didst strike through his staves the head of his villages. They came as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. Thou didst walk through the seas with thine horses, through the heap of the great waters. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice, rottenness entered into my bones. And I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Although the tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, The labor of the olive shall fail, and the fields shall have yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herds in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will rejoice in the God of my salvation. The Lord God is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds feet, and he will make me to walk upon high places, to the chief singer of my stringed instruments. So wow, like to me, like just straight up, what did I just read? Like that's my
And,
honest feeling, and I know there's a lot of important things in here, um, but I'm kind of missing it. So if
but
you,
just to reading about the food,
uh-huh.
no fruit, no this, no that. That's exactly what they're trying to do. I mean, it's like happening. And yet we will rejoice. That was cool. The way it ends is after all that horrid stuff. I love the way it ends.
Yeah, we always kind of talk about that silver lining, right? Like there's always
Mhm.
that thread of hope
Right.
that's even put into these most kind of dire situations where he's using this type of language to talk about it. Now, one thing that kind of when it says here, thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, though the heap through the heap of great waters. It kind of makes me think of that other story where the water heaps up so that they can get past. Just kind of like oh, sorry, I was reading something. It kind of reminds me of the Exodus, but I know there was another story where waters were heaped upon each other. That kind of kept it back. I can't remember off the top of my head, but um, I don't know, man. Like this is very poetic. Not, I don't want to say poetic, but it's like I don't know.
It's
I would
well,
love, to get. I feel like there is some things we're missing here. Like there's some other scriptures that are on top of here, or parts of this book are missing. I'm not sure. Like I'm not gonna claim one thing or anything. I just feel like there's a lot of information missing from this, and even if someone, I feel like even if you like, how do I say this? Like how could you, if someone brings up things, how would you know who, like when Habakkuk was and when this was happening, and like at least when he was getting these visions. um I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
I'm not following completely. You're
Yeah,
trying
I
to.
know, I'm kind of jumping over. I'm just saying, like, okay, with this, if some, like, let's say I ask Sean, hey, Sean, when and what is this happening? Like, I wonder how it would be connected about this, because, like,
Oh,
from
I see.
reading one, two, and three, I don't feel like we've seen the Chaldeans, we've seen that in a lot of places throughout thousands of years. I feel like of history, we kind of see the Chaldeans there in some semblance. Lebanon is mentioned in scripture multiple times. It's here in two. So I'm just saying, like, how would you know from what this is saying what time period it's from, like what's actually happening? Because if we go back to one, it says the burden of Habakkuk, the prophet did see, and so he's talking about all this. Okay, so we're talking about the Chaldeans. I guess that's our best guess to figure out
The time.
the time frame.
Yeah.
But how long were the Chaldeans around? I don't know. Um, Questions, things. So, like I like going through this because it makes me kind of create a little list in my head of things I want to look into and kind of dig deeper on, which everyone should do. Um, so, anyways, So yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. It's some pretty crazy, language in there. I like your point there, how it ends, even though they're all.
So chapter three
Oh,
definitely
are we gone again?
sounded like a psalm, and
Oh,
you even see where it says Selah multiple
oh
times
yeah.
in there, and that's like after he makes a point, and you want to pause and
Selah.
consider the point. Um, I
Um,
don't see where specific this would be prophecy or what's going on, the time frame. I think that this complements some of the other minor prophets of the time.
yeah.
Um, I mean, you see areas that sound like Jeremiah. You see, stuff from Daniel, but it's almost like he was like echoing and um, agreeing with what the other
Right.
prophets were
Kind of like
saying.
being a witness, second and third
Yeah,
witness to things. Yeah.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But that
so
was interesting, that Selah being kind of like a song.
Selah.
Yeah.
yeah, it kept saying that in his prayer, which is
And
which
it
is
says
very
it's like a
interesting.
song. This is supposed to be a song. I don't know how you've
Song.
seen this, but
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube's
Give it a
just
shot.
being crazy tonight, guys.
yeah, has it gone crazy again?
No, it's fine now. There was some
Uh,
issues, but now it's running smooth again. So I don't know. I just don't think they like me. I feel like that's what it is. Like all day, I've also been dealing with my camera. I'm using my old camera because the new multi-$100 camera that I bought only works in the software. It won't work in Discord. It won't work on anything else. It only works in the software of the company that made it. So it's like it's just literally insane. Um, but sweet. Okay, well that kind of or no, let's see. My wife said Selah is defined as a Hebrew word that has been found at the ending of the verse in Psalms. It has been interpreted as an instruction calling for a break in the singing of a psalm. Oh, that's what you read. Okay. A
Oh,
copy of
taking a
these
deep breath.
chapters is included in Habakkuk commentary found among the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Ah.
Yes, I would consider Sean a friend. He's a great teacher. He's, as he calls himself, a word nerd. So not only have I learned from him, but kind of like and this what got me into a lot of these people is we're all kind of on our own journeys, and then when we find someone that's kind of talking about that, they're on that same path, it intrigues us, right? Because we're like, gosh, that's
Sure.
what I was thinking,
Sure.
and we
That's
never met him
exactly,
before.
when I share a video link to my daughter, she goes, I can see where you're, what's exciting me because we share a video like, oh, this is, and it's maybe not exactly what she's being excited about, but it
Yep.
just goes to show. Um, we do get excited when we hear somebody and they're talking the way we're thinking. So,
Yep. Yep. But kind of laying it out better than our minds
yep,
could think it almost.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Rob Skiba did that for me for a lot of
yep,
stuff.
yep.
For when it came to Giants,
Oh yeah.
Genesis 6 and stuff like that. So okay. All right. So yeah, for the rest of the show, which is I don't actually have a timer anymore
I
because
think it's about 26
oh okay, we're
minutes.
1:30. So we got about 30 minutes. Which is totally cool. I'm gonna bring up some stuff that my wife shared, so we can all check it out. So let me go ahead and bring all this stuff up.
Your wife is shouting out, Vader, show the pictures of the snow.
Let's pull these all up. I'm trying to pull up everything, love. So bear with me. So we're really gonna do it all on that one. That's so silly.
I'm glad it's your snow and not mine.
Yeah, I can show that as well. Trying to bring up all these different things that she shared with me and get loaded. And we can start going through them. That's it.
You're welcome, Francesca.
Okay, we'll start with these and then I'll go from there. All right, I'm gonna pull this on screen and we'll kind of talk about it. I'm so excited for Streamlabs to fix the screen share thing so that y'all don't have to like have a elated reaction to.
Do you know
what we're
how
watching.
bad the lag is for us now today? It is like how much do you think? 5 minutes before we see anything on screen, Steve?
No, it's like it should be 20 seconds.
Oh no! It wasn't. Maybe it is now.
Oh, weird.
But
all right, this is from Graham Allen's Instagram. Let's see what it says. I know there's a lot of stuff going in about. Okay, so this specifically, this is bacteria, guys. That's not actually chemical and oil.
It's all in the bottom of the creek bed.
Yeah, chemicals don't sink like that. I think it's interesting. I have seen in swamps that you can throw things in and it be in there. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't things from oil spill. I'm just saying I also saw a post that had people say that it said, you know, deer are losing their antlers. Don't drink the water in Ohio. So all I'm saying is take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to this stuff. We have nothing to fear, guys. Like, no matter what weapon formed against us shall prosper, even if they shall strike us down and take our bodies, our lives away from us. We're still under the protection and love of the Father. So we don't need to fear any man or any event. So let's see. This is from DC Drano. Not exactly sure what this is. It says massive train derailed Friday. 20 of them carrying hazardous material.
I haven't even seen the first picture come up on
Massive
YouTube
train
yet.
derailed Friday. 20 of them carrying hazardous
You might want
materials
to bump
as
your
flames
check
lit up
your
the sky.
YouTube, see if it's lagging. See if you can push it up.
I told you it was a really bad lag.
This is so annoying. Why am I just... It literally says right now it's excellent.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the first
I'm
picture
seeing a
come up.
black screen right now. Okay, wait. Now it's coming up.
One day I just saw the video of a fire explosion of the rail cars.
Okay, did you see that?
Yeah, I just saw it just a second.
Okay.
Like
Really?
5 seconds ago.
Not me.
In northeastern Ohio,
The evacuation order is in place for anyone within a mile radius of the crash
Oh, I
site.
see it.
These aren't storm clouds.
Okay.
This is the fucking shit! The fucking shit they burn off in East Palestine! This is not fucking storm clouds!
Okay, all I'm saying is with chemicals, I'm not saying this is healthy. I'm just saying with chemicals like that is a lot of the times the best way to get rid of it, because it's not like they're burning the liquid vinyl chloride and it's going up into the air and becoming liquid chloride air. It's changing the whole molecular structure of the item. So I don't know. I'm just showing it. I'm not saying be scared. Take it to the Father. That's all I'll say about it, but let's keep going. I'm gonna pull up. I don't know why it split it off like that. Let's add some of these over here.
I guess there was.
These are locomotive engineers. You can trust their plan of what to do with these chemicals.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is Red Pill News Report. Let's check out what else she sent us. White pill's better than red pill, but I get it.
Michael, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers? Women?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers, but if you'd like to call them that.
What are they if they're not mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
It only takes a couple extra syllables to use inclusive language.
To include
and
who?
It seems to include people who don't, identify as women but can become pregnant.
So you're telling me that in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
I mean, yes.
I would like to identify.
To be on the stream, Vader, so it's your fault.
Wait, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, Francesca's saying that not all those. See, there was one you put up with a lot of F-bombs.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
Was it supposed to be
go delete it. All right, so here's a post from Mimazar. U.S. military shoots down another identified object a third day in a row. Now this is something that is very interesting to me. With this whole thing of them shooting down these 3 objects over the Klondike Mountains or whatever, don't y'all remember, like, at least what we know from history with the whole Roswell thing? When it first happened, they came out and they were like, oh, it's an alien spacecraft. And then they walked it back and they said, oh, no, it was actually just a weather balloon. And then everyone was like, see, they're lying to us. They're giving us a different story than what it is. So that means aliens. You know what I'm talking about? So I feel like it's the same kind of thing, because at first they said they shot down unidentified objects. They made the prime minister made a statement about it. The president made a statement about it. And then a week later, oh, by the way, those were just these, hobby do it yourself weather balloons. And so it's like obviously we don't believe in extraterrestrials as they're described, but the fact that they did that kind of switcheroo, I think, is very interesting, where they say, oh, unidentified objects, and they're like, oh, never mind, those were just weather balloons. It's like, we've heard this same type of language before.
Oh, yeah. Very
Okay.
true.
Let's keep going to see what else we got. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, so this is another train derailment near Houston. Over 16 cars carrying hazardous materials crashed. First Ohio, then South Carolina, and now Texas. So this would be the 3rd one. Now I want to say something about this. So it's just showing the wreck. There's nothing really going about it. But okay, right. I'm gonna aim this towards Marsha. Marsha, how many? And I don't know the answer to this, but how many people do you think were seriously injured today while they were walking down the crosswalk and they were hit by some type of vehicle? How many people do you think that happened to today?
In the world?
Yeah, or let's just say United States.
Okay. It's possible that there were 10. I don't know.
10? Okay, but just hear me out.
Okay.
If you saw one in real life, that would blow your mind.
It would.
Right?
Truly.
Okay, truly. Now, what if they took all the times that people have gotten, which most people in the United States do not witness someone seriously getting injured or dying from a car accident while they are walking on the sidewalk, right?
That's true. Yes.
But if they started taking all that information from all the cities, all the streets, all the incidences, and started posting about it,
oh yeah,
it would make it seem like it was a plan, right?
I see where you're going with this.
So the same thing is, how many derailments do that happen all the time that don't make the news?
Correct.
How many other times have hazardous materials derailed and it didn't make the news? And so now it seems like, wow, it's happening all the time because they're actually reporting on it. Whereas if were to everyone here, it seems like they've never seen someone get, and I obviously am speaking generally, they've never seen someone get seriously injured or killed while walking on the sidewalk. But if all of a sudden they started posting every single one, it would seem like an ordeal. So that's all I want to mention. I'm not saying there's not something to it. I'm not saying that there isn't deeper. I'm also not saying it is deeper. I'm just saying, you know, keep those kind of things in mind if you want to be intellectually honest with all this craziness. So
right.
Okay, here's another thing by DC Drino. Let's check this out. Some countries are playing to win, and it ain't us. Gun safety and basic proficiency should be required education in America. Changed my mind. It's literally a constitutional right. It's not a constitutional right. It's a right given to endowed to us by a creator that our constitutional puts at. So, anyways, here, let's watch this video. And it's all a bad technical today, guys. But that's pretty crazy. Oh, Jayla, new link. Yes.
I sent it to her.
It's a new one.
Oh.
So that might be it. I didn't know.
Oh, that's right, because you went completely out.
Yeah, but y'all joined right in, so I was like, oh, it should work for her too. But apparently it didn't. So no worries. I'm gonna send you one. Give me just a second.
I did notice
every single thing's lagging for me. It's insane.
Yeah, I did notice in the chat way earlier that there was a question posted on about the revival.
Well, we can pull that up.
We don't have to go into it, but
I actually have I won't I'll just say no comment. I haven't read anything about it. I haven't watched any video about it. I have no idea what it's about.
I have one thing I can say. When one person comes to believe, they rejoice in heaven. So to me, if there's rejoicing in heaven. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay. Totally. And I agree with you. All right, let's see this. My last two brain cells. This is from Yo J Dasima.
How come Americans have the right to kill anyone they want with a gun?
Well, they don't. Murder is illegal in the United States, but they do have the right to own weapons.
I don't know what he's laughing at. You get to see
Correct.
it before us.
Bears don't have arms.
They do, actually.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
I thought they were legs.
Well, I'm not a biologist, but I suppose that when they stand up, they're probably arms.
That is so dumb. Oh my god. I hope when that pops up for y'all guys, that's pretty funny, babe. Good one. All right, let's see. Okay, same Graham Allen one. This is the thing, and why, since I'm kind of on here real quick, I'm not saying to drink the water or not. Ohio campaign. We're going, and though it's kind of up and down, we're going through the Russia-Ukraine. It's super duper crazy. And
you better show a picture. You better show a picture of the snow, or your wife is going to get after you.
Let's see, maybe how I can do that.
Deep doo doo.
Let's see. Let's pull this up. Okay, I'm scrolling down.
Dun 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 dun.
I feel like these aren't the best pictures.
Really?
Can't really see. I know y'all can hear it, but you can't really see the thickness. I guess I'll share this picture. Copy link. There we go. So that's our back patio. I wish I could. Oh, I might be able to do it with. Yeah, I do guys. We got so much snow. I think I have a picture. Did I send it on here? Nope, I didn't send it to anyone on here, so I don't have it. But yeah, we got so much snow.
I can't even see it yet. Oh, I better refresh. Maybe if I refresh.
Yeah, I know. It's so silly that we have to deal with this stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what you showed me today.
Yeah. It's
amazing.
Literally insane. Okay, guys. I know we're having all these technical issues, so just want to show this real quick. This is the link is in the description. We got this merch. We have, which okay, let's go back here. Oh, very weird. It is not loading half of my stuff. Let's try this again. But yeah, if y'all want to monetarily support and get something out of it, we have this merch store. I don't know why it's doing this. Let me see. There should be much more items in here. I'm gonna have to go check that out. But you know, add it to your bookmarks if you're ever interested in supporting the channel. It's the best way to do it. Again, we got our Discord. Again, link is in the description if you're interested in joining the community we're building over there. But yeah, I apologize to everyone with the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I lost sound just randomly through it by sitting down. But I do appreciate everyone that soldiered through it and is still here with us. And of course, you know, shout out to all those that watch this later. We appreciate you as well. But that being said, we'll go ahead and close up. I know Jayla's just now getting back in here, so I apologize for that, sister. But yeah, it's technical difficulties all around for everyone today. So
there's always next week, right, Jayla?
Yep. You're more than welcome to come on next week.
Nah, you're fine. You're gonna be on. You too, Robert. I like having you guys on.
Yeah, I do too, guys. But I do apologize. I know it's not fun dealing with all the tech issues. So.
Oh, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny to y'all not having to stress out, deal with it all the time. Like literally, guys, I sat down and y'all's sound stopped working. Like, how does that make any logical sense? What could have I possibly done that would require all that other extra stuff just to get y'all back to your voice, like your voices? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think snow is a great idea to eat, but my dog loves eating snow. Like, she's fanatic about it. Okay, sweet. Well, let's go ahead. I'm about to sneeze.
Oh.
Caught that one, I think. Hopefully, I didn't blow y'all's eardrums.
Yeah, nope, you didn't blow our eardrums. And you still have sound.
All right, well, let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. I will let you go first, Marcia.
Oh, bye. See everybody next week.
Sweet.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Kind of fun, minus all the tech issues. Sweet. And Jayla, sorry for you having the tech issues you had and getting kicked off and then now back on as we're closing out. But sister, I do appreciate you having the spirit and the courage, even if you were nervous, to come on and talk around the round table. And that should inspire other people that would love to share their puzzle pieces, but they don't have the nerve to do it. Jayla did it, right? And
That's right.
Jayla would say if she could do it, anybody can do it. So,
That's right.
just playing there. But yeah,
my brother
sister,
just sprayed Febreze everywhere, and it smells really bad.
He did? Why did he do
Oh
that?
yeah, because I'm on here.
Oh, he sprayed Febreze on her. Okay, yes, okay.
He was like right behind the camera, or right behind the laptop, and he was like spraying Febreze, just staring at me the whole time. Also, a minute ago, he was standing beside me, and he accidentally put his arm in the camera view, and he goes, oh, "My arm was on YouTube."
Ooh, scary, Jacob. Scary. Was it Jacob?
Yes, it was Jacob.
They're gonna like do the AI. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, we know who he is now from his elbow.
I didn't even see what part of his arm was on the screen. I don't know.
I didn't see it.
But I didn't notice it until he said something.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you for being here. If you'd like to say your goodbyes to everyone.
Bye. It was fun while I was on here.
Yes.
You want to say something, Jacob? Will you keep coming over here?
He just wants to see. He doesn't want us to see.
I threatened to turn the computer towards him. He ran away. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much again,
Jacob.
He's running away.
We got children playing.
He's 18. You're not supposed to be a child anymore.
I'm 37 almost, and I'd say I'm still kind of a child sometimes. But sweet. Last but not least, we got Robert here for his second show. So thanks for coming again, brother. It's a pleasure having you. I know we're gonna be getting into more beefier stuff as we get through. And I know they're not minor. I know they're called minor. They're not minor. But just because they're small and there's kind of we don't have understanding doesn't mean that it's not jam-packed with stuff. And we still see that same evident silver lining of hope and the embrace of the Father's love in it. So at least we can lean on that. But without further ado, if you'd like to say goodbye to everyone.
So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Yep, you're right. Not a minor prophet. Look at you got like the book of Jude, small little book, but nonetheless significant. So
yep.
Y'all have a good weekend. We might see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Over on Discord. So
yeah. I'll see you.
Sweet. And then
sing us the Habakkuk song. Sing it out, Steve.
We'll have to have Adam Fincher do it.
Sweet. Sweet. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I'm working diligently on the new Pieces in Plain Sight Gods. So, spreading that trailer would really help because, people see the trailer, they get excited, they subscribe. The video comes out, it gets lots of views, it gets more views because it's shared, and then it helps the pile of puzzle pieces that we have as a community grow, where we have more to share and more to look at. So, but other than that, guys, shalom. Have a great week, upcoming week, and until next time, remember it's Abba that loved you first. Good night, everybody. Shalom.
Stand up.